Welcome back to the Ball Don't Lie podcast. In today's episode, we're going to be previewing March Madness by talking about some of the matchups, giving some of our favorite players, our pick to win it all, sleeper teams, sleeper players, all that good stuff. So stay tuned till the end. Let's get right into it. So, I want to start off with. You want to start off with our favorite players?
I mean, yeah, we can start off with that.
Yeah.
We all watch, yeah.
All right. So, I'll go first. So, I didn't put my absolute favorite Jabari Smith because everyone already knows that he's my favorite. So I wanted to come up with some guys that you guys weren't fully aware of. But I'm gonna start off with Benedict Matheran. That's my probably my second favorite after Jabari. He's just a very all around fundamentally sound wing, two-way player, can create his own shot, but can also play off the ball. And I just like him a lot, man. I think he has really high potential. He's probably going to be a top 10 pick. So I'm going to go with Ben Matheran first.
Jabari Smith is number one on my list. I'm so excited to watch Jabari Smith. Auburn has been fraudulent all year long when they've played some of the good teams. So I'm excited to watch Jabari because we really don't know what we're going to see out of this Auburn team. They obviously lost in the quarterfinals of the SEC tournament, and Jabari did not play well. So I'm looking forward to it. Looks like they have a pretty solid first few rounds. I think we should see them in the Elite Eight again. We should. The keyword is should. But I'm excited to see Jabari Smith. He should be one or two in the first round of the NBA draft, so I'm excited to see what he does. So yeah, I got him at one.
For my first player, and this is my favorite player in the draft, it's Keegan Murray. This guy's efficient as fuck. He's shooting 56% from the field, and also like 41% from three or something like that, if I remember right. And he scores on such a high level, and he's also like just lifted Iowa's like ceiling as a team so much higher because he's athletic. He just scores from anywhere on the floor, and he's actually a solid defender too. He can guard many positions. So like I think that he's an extremely impressive player.
All right, at number two, I have AJ Griffin out of Duke. Very, very big fan of his game. He didn't play a little bit. He didn't play at the start of the season, but he started to play, and his stock is rising. I really like his game. Another two-way player. He's shooting a lot better from three than I thought he would this season. Reminds me a lot of Jimmy Butler. I see a lot of Jimmy in him. So I like AJ Griffin a lot.
I know this is a little chalk, but Chet Holmgren, he can shoot it. He can drive. He's basically he's a three. He can score from anywhere. And there should be no doubt in my mind that he'd be the first or second overall pick. I think Gonzaga is prime for a big-time run. We'll see what they do, though. They did have a hiccup a few weeks ago against St. Mary's. But we'll see against other good competition. But Gonzaga, they should be in the Final Four, and I'm excited to see what Chet does. I'm expecting big things from him.
David.
Shit, my bad. I was muted. Second on my list would be Jaden Ivey. Like it's obvious why he's here. The guy's just electrifying. You watch him step on the court. It's just fun to watch him. He's one of my favorite players.
I had Jaden Ivey at three, so I'm gonna go with a different one. I'm gonna try to make it different based off how you guys have him. I'm gonna go with Jalen Duren out of Memphis. Huge fan of his, man. I post him in the chat a lot, man. Can switch multiple positions. Can rebound really well. Finish at the rim. His playmaking out of the elbow is very underrated. He reminds me a lot of Bam. I see a lot of Bam in him. So the only thing that is a little bit questionable with him is motor. When he wants to play good, he can be elite, man. It's just the energy and the motor, but he has all the talent in the world. So I'm gonna go with Jalen Duren.
Suaz, you're gonna like this pick. At three, I have Kofi Cockburn. I like Kofi, man. He's a very good player at times. He does get irritated though when he doesn't get the ball. But if he gets the ball in the post, just call out a wrap at this point. And he's a very good shot blocker. He doesn't have too much athleticism, but I'm excited to see what Kofi does this year. Illinois, I think, can make a run, but I think they have Arizona in their bracket, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, y'all have Arizona in your bracket, so I think that's where the buck stops. But I'm excited to see Kofi. But you know what? I could honestly see Illinois beating Arizona, possibly, just because y'all have 3-point shooters, and Kofi is just a beast in the middle, man. And I'm excited to see what he does. Because if I'm not mistaken, this is his second year, isn't it? Or
Nah, he's a junior.
Wasn't he eligible for the draft last year or something like that?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, and he decided to come back this year. So we'll see what.
I think he's gone, but they said he might come back, but I don't know. I doubt it.
Yeah, we'll see what Kofi does. I'm excited to see though, because he came back for this reason only. So we'll see.
Yeah.
So for my third player, I'm unmuted, right?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. So yeah, so for my third player, I was gonna go with AJ Griffin, like, because you said him to us. So I'm gonna change it up too. I'm gonna go for another Duke player though, because I actually really like this Duke team. I was watching them quite a bit this season, probably the most out of any other teams. But I really like them, so I'm gonna go for Wendell Moore. He's just such an all-around guy. He's a little small for like defensive wise, but he's still a good defender. He's solid. He can shoot it. He can just score. He can play make. He does it all.
I like that pick a lot. I like that pick. Wendell's good. At number 4, I'm gonna go with Ochai Agbaji from Kansas. He is the Desmond Bain of this draft. You heard it here first. Very, very good 3-and-D player, but he has a very underrated ability to put the ball on the floor. He led Kansas to the championship. They won the championship, right? Kansas, the number 1 seed. So yeah, man. I got Ochai Agbaji, man. Should be in the running for Player of the Year. So
one of my favorite players, I would say, I've been watching this year because he's been so electric, and he comes off the bench. Jared Bynum from Providence, he's electric at times. Now, I don't know if he'll be a draft pick or not, but he's a quick and shifty guard, and he just knows how to score, how to get to the free throw line, and if he gets going from 3, he is electric. If he gets it going for Providence, they have a very good shot to make it to possibly the Elite 8 and or the Final 4, to be honest, because anything can happen in March Madness. So I'm excited to see Jared Bynum because he's a very talented offensive player. Now defensively, he's lacking, obviously because he's a small guard, but offensively, I'm excited to see what he does on the big stage.
At number 4, I'm saying a guy who's really like everybody hyped the hell out of him last year in March Madness because he performed so well. And I'm just gonna say it because like he was just fun to watch.
Johnny
Johnny
Juzang.
Yes, sir, Johnny Juzang. Because I want to see him do well this year as well. He popped off last year. He played really well, but he's kind of doing the same thing that he did last year for the regular season. When I was looking at his stats, I'm pretty sure they're like the exact same or something like that. But yeah, no, I just had to bring him back from last year.
Yeah, that's a good pick. Johnny Juzang is a bucket for sure. At number 5, I don't know if y'all have much familiarity with this guy. I have Jeremy Sohan from Baylor. I
like Sohan. He's good.
Huge fan of his, man. This is a guy that I think if he falls to the late first round, I want the Heat to pick him up, man. That prototypical. He's a power forward, but he can stretch the floor and he can defend multiple positions, man. He's a stud. I like him a lot.
He's like a Draymond Green almost. That type of prototype. He's very good. But yeah, David, I have to agree with you, man. I'm excited to see Johnny Juzang. That's who I have at 5. He's a bucket, and honestly, UCLA is they're prime for a run this year. They're sitting at 4, and I think they're in the region with Baylor, if I'm not mistaken. So,
yep.
Yeah, so that's going to be a tough one to get by. But they have all the talent. And Johnny Juzang, last year we saw him, man, 11 seed all the way to the Final Four.
Oh yeah.
So I'm excited. I'm
crazy.
excited to watch him play this year.
Let's just throw out the sleeper players, and we can go to the teams. So me
I
and
didn't see
Tate.
my fifth player.
Oh no, shoot, I'm tripping. Yeah, you're right. Go ahead.
It's nothing new because Tay just already said it, but I'm going with Chet Holmgren. I just think the guy's like a freak of nature. He's like second. He's not okay. He's not like KD, but he's the second coming of KD. This guy's shooting 61% from the field and 41% from three, and he's 7 feet tall. And he also rebounds the fuck out of the ball, bro. Like it's just this guy is gonna be a top 2 pick for sure.
Yep.
Oh yeah, Chet, definitely top 2, if not top 3. Sleeper players. Me and Tatis will go with our sleeper players, and then we'll go to the teams because we'll run through these matchups. Because the selections just came out. But
yeah,
my first sleeper. I don't know how this guy's draft stock has not risen. I'm going with Kennedy Chandler out of Tennessee. That's my guy, man. His draft stock was up and then it fell, and then for some reason it hasn't gone back up. But Tennessee just won. If I'm not, did Tennessee win their conference? Pretty sure they just won.
Yeah, they did. They won today.
Yeah, Tennessee won. Was a big part of that. Obviously, I think he's their best player. So I'm a huge fan of his game. I really like Kennedy. He's undersized, but he plays a lot bigger. He reminds me a lot of like Darius Garland.
So one of my sleeper players to watch, they're probably going to get knocked out in the first round, or they might even not make it because this team is a 16 seed. Peter Kiss is, if I'm not mistaken, he is one of the leading scorers in the nation, and he's a bucket, bro.
He's from Bryant, right? He plays for Bryant.
For Bryant, yeah. I was hoping Bryant was going to get a higher seed, bro. Yeah. But they got freaking a 16 seed. They got hoed. But I'm excited to watch him, and I think he'll even if they lose, I feel like Peter's gonna have a big game. He's gonna improve his draft stock. I think he should be a second round pick, but he's a bucket. He has attitude, man. Like you see him in the championship game, he's yelling at people on the sidelines. He's pointing at people. Like he's got that competitive fire. And that's what I like in players. So yeah, Peter Kiss is someone who I think I'll be definitely watching on the low.
Yeah, I like him a lot. At number 2, this guy is not a sleeper anymore, but he was at one point in time. So I'm just gonna say him. I don't care because I've been on this hype train for a long time now. Tari Eason out of LSU. He's rising now, which is he's finally getting his respect. Defensively, he's a monster. He might be the best defender in the draft. He's all over the place. Offensively, he's very right-hand dominant when he's driving, so he needs to work on his left hand. But his potential is through the roof. He is another one of those long, athletic forwards. That, man, if he gets in the right situation in the draft next year, watch out.
At 2, I gotta go with another Providence player. Al Doram is one of the most intriguing players I would say I've watched all year. At times, he can't hit a three-pointer. He cannot hit a three. He can't hit a mid-range jumper. In fact, I'm pretty sure the last time he hit a three before their game against who are they playing in the first round? Butler.
Yeah, Butler.
Before their game against Butler, he didn't hit a three since January. Like that's crazy. But you know the thing about Al Durham is he's good at the free throw line and he can close. That's why Providence has been so good. They can close games, and it's because of Al Durham. And I'm excited to watch him. He's a sleeper in my opinion. Nobody is talking about Providence, and Al Durham is the reason why. So yeah, I'm excited to see him. He's definitely being slept on. Like you look at him on the basketball court, he just looks nonchalant at times. But when it comes to clutch time, like he just goes into a different gear. So he's definitely a sleeper, I'd say.
All right, number 3 was out of TCU. I'm a huge fan of TCU's team. Mike Miles, man, they go as he goes. He should be a second round pick. He should be in the draft next year. He's a sophomore point guard. Huge fan of his game. So yeah, Mike Miles for sure.
I'm gonna go with another player from the Big East, Alex O'Connell from Creighton. Um, he's a bucket at times. I remember doing that Creighton Providence game. He was just going crazy, bro. Like, dude wouldn't miss at times. Like, that's how good of a shooter he is. People don't really talk about him, but that's the reason Creighton made a big time run in the Big East tournament. And I think they're listed as a 9 seed. But I think they'll win their first round matchup. But even if he only plays a few games, I'm excited to see how he plays. He's definitely a sleeper in my opinion. I don't know if I don't know if he's draft eligible or anything about that, but I wouldn't be surprised if he made the NBA at all, just because of his size and his shooting ability. Yeah, I have him at 3.
Yeah, that's definitely a good pick. At number 4, I have Justin Champagne, brother of Julian. No, sorry, Julian Champagne, brother of Justin Champagne.
Justin Champagne.
Julian Champagne. Pretty sure Justin plays for the Raptors.
Raptors, yeah.
This guy's a better. This guy's a better brother. He is. He's small forward, power forward from St. John's. Can score the ball. Can defend. Not the most athletic. Isn't his brother like a center? Is Julian Champagne like a big? I'm pretty sure.
Julian or Justin?
I mean, not Justin. Isn't Justin a big?
No, he's like a 2.
I must be talking about a different brother. But yeah, Julian Champagne. He's one of the best scorers in the draft. And you know he could be a team for those late first round teams, even like late second round teams. His draft position is all over the place because like he plays for St. John's and they're not like the top team, but he's still a very good player.
Yeah. So at 4, I'm gonna have to show a little bit of bias here. Armando Bacon, I don't think gets as much credit as I think he should. He's so good, bro. Like rebounding the basketball, he's arguably a top 5 rebounder. I'd say if he's a top 5 rebounder. And post wise, he's just so dominant at times. Now I will say sometimes he gets into foul trouble at times, but he's a very good player. He's a very good player. People don't really talk about him as much, so that's why I have him at 4. But he's a very solid player. And I did have a slash next to this because if you would have said Armando, I would have said somebody else from UNC. Caleb Love doesn't get as much recognition or talk as well. He's electric at times. Just has to work on his consistency. So if you would have said Armando, I would have gone with Caleb.
Yeah, I have Blake Wesley as my last one from Notre Dame, but I also have a slash with him. I have Musa Diabate from Michigan. 2 Big Ten players. I watch a lot of Big Ten, obviously, because I'm Illinois. But Blake Wesley, he's a bucket, and Diabate is a freshman, has been playing really, really well. He just had 27 points against Iowa like a couple weeks ago. So, yeah, I have both of them as my last sleeper position. And I think now we can get into the matchups as far and also like.
I also have one more because I really like this dude, Hunter Couture from Virginia Tech.
Oh, yep.
Oh my goodness gracious, bro! If you want to talk about shooting, this dude is the dude you want to talk about shooting. Consistent from 3-point range. He can really shoot it. Somebody who does not get credit at all. And he's one of the big reasons why they won the ACC tournament.
And if you want another shooter,
Max.
I was gonna say him, but I was gonna say Sasha Stefanovic.
Yes, yeah.
I forgot to say another guy that is a sleeper, Trayvion Williams from Purdue.
Yes.
Trayvion Williams, man, he's a force. I think they're better with him than with Zach Edey on the floor. I like him a lot. He is a very like prototypical like Draymond Green type player, like undersized forward but plays a lot bigger. But do we want to just rattle off like these like should I read off these matchups and we'll just pick our winners, or how do you want to do this?
We can do that. Or we want to talk about? I think we go through teams or through the matchups. Yeah.
We can go through the matchups, and then if one of these teams are sleepers, we can talk about them. Should we start off with the last four?
Yeah, we can do that.
Hold on, let me just pull this up real quick.
I have it pulled up. I can. So.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
So it's like the first four:
Yeah.
Wright State versus Bryant, both number 16 seeds. I already know who you have.
Yeah, I have Bryant. Look, man, I feel Bryant got hoed, bruh. They did get blown out by Gonzaga earlier in the year, but they really picked it up after. I felt that they should have been like a maybe 12 or 13 seed, to be honest. I felt that they got hoed badly. So, I will be taking Bryant here.
Wright State are the favorites.
I still don't care. Peter Kiss is going to dominate.
I was gonna go with Bryant too. Wright State is very well coached.
Yes.
They don't have depth apart from like, I'm pretty sure they have like Holden and Trey Calvin. Apart from that, like they just lack a lot of depth. So I'm gonna go with Bryant.
You see, I don't like. You see, I watch some NCAA, right? But I don't watch like that much. So I do know of these teams, and I have seen some games. But that game against you were just talking about it, Bryant against.
Oh, they played.
My brain's not working.
They play.
My brain's not working.
You're talking about the championship game, right?
Yeah.
They play. I forgot who they played. I think they played Wagner.
Yeah, that game just like, I don't know, like it just messed with me, cause like I when I watched Wright State, a few of their games, I watched like a few of them. They seem like a fun team, like they seem like very disciplined as well. So I'm just gonna go with Wright State, also because they're favorites and like I don't know too much.
All right. Next we have Rutgers versus Notre Dame. I'm gonna go right here and say right now, Rutgers is one of my big sleepers. Their record against the top teams is very, very good. They have Ron Harper Jr. on their team. They have a lot of other pieces. I like Rutgers. Give me Rutgers. Even though I like Blake Wesley, he was one of my sleepers. I just think that Rutgers is better.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Rutgers as well. Pretty easy. They're you mentioned it, Suas, the record against the top teams. That's why I'd take them here. So, and I think Notre Dame is fraudulent.
Yeah, they're not good.
They're frauds in my opinion. So yeah, I would take Rutgers here.
Hey, the only reason I'm picking Notre Dame here is because I fucked with them last year. That's literally the only reason I'm picking them. I just have a feeling they'll go through.
Next, we got two Texas teams: Texas Southern versus Texas A&M. I'm gonna go with Texas.
No, that's not Texas A&M.
Oh no, Texas A&M. Oh, I'm tripping. Wait, Texas A&M didn't even.
Wait, what?
Did they not even make? No, Texas A&M didn't even make the bracket. I think that is Texas A&M.
Texas A&M didn't even make the bracket yet.
Wait, so is this not Texas A&M? What is
This
this?
is a different Texas A&M. Texas A&M CC. This is Corpus Christi Islanders.
Okay, I completely messed up my judgment of this matchup because I thought
this was Texas A&M.
I know nothing about Corpus Christi,
Yeah.
Texas A&M.
I would take
crazy.
Texas Southern anyways.
Yeah, I'll take Texas Southern. Yeah.
Yeah, same. I don't
know anything about these, but I've heard Texas Southern. They play hard, so, and they did play St. Mary's tough and NC State tough, but I mean that's not saying too much. They did beat Florida, and I mean I guess that's it. So I mean, yeah, I'll just take Texas Southern.
And then Wyoming versus Indiana. I'm gonna take Indiana. Indiana played us really well. They beat us. Beat Illinois, but Trace Jackson Davis is a force. He's very, very good. So I got to go with him. He's the best player on the floor in this matchup.
I'm kind of pissed though, because they beat Illinois and I had Illinois and I spread bet. But I'm gonna be taking Indiana. I really like the way Indiana played. They really push it, man. They know what they need. They know what to do down the stretch. So I'll be taking them this matchup.
I'm also gonna be taking Indiana, just the same reasons that Sua said. When I watch them play, Trace just like he just goes off. And I don't know too much about Wyoming, but I'm gonna go with Suas's word saying that he's better than anybody of Wyoming's team.
All right, now we can start off with the actual matchups. Let's start off with the West region, which has Gonzaga as the number 1 seed. We got Gonzaga versus Georgia State. Who do y'all have in this one? I think
pretty easy. We all take Gonzaga,
Yeah.
right?
We all taking Gonzaga, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Gonzaga in this one. All right, next we got the 8 and the 9 matchup. I think this is one of the best matchups. Boise State versus Memphis. I'm gonna go with Memphis. Memphis is one of my sleepers. I like Memphis a lot. I just said Jalen Duren, Imani Bates, who's probably gonna be a top pick in the next year's draft, 2023 draft. Penny Hardaway as their coach. I really like Memphis. I'm gonna go Memphis in this one.
Yeah, I was going to take Memphis as well. If I'm not mistaken, I think one of their signature wins was Houston.
Yeah, they beat Houston.
They beat Houston, so I've got a little bit more faith. I don't think Boise State has beaten any major college teams, so I'm going to take Memphis. Yeah.
I'm also taking Memphis here. Memphis is also, like Suas, one of my sleepers. I actually watched him quite a bit this season. I love Jalen Duren. He's such a fucking great player, bro. And they're just such a talent. They're such a talent. They're such a balanced team. And they remind me a lot of the Clippers. That's why I like them.
All right, next we got Yukon versus New Mexico State. I got Yukon.
I'm going to take UConn as well. They played Villanova really tough the other day. They've got a lot of grit, so yeah, I'll take UConn as well.
I also got Yukon here.
Yeah, Yukon could make a run, man, if they get the right look. Next, Arkansas versus Vermont. Who do y'all have?
I'm gonna take Arkansas here. They're a very solid defensive team. So I think defense carries in tournaments like these. So I'm gonna take Arkansas.
I got Arkansas as well.
I'm gonna get my first upset here. I'm gonna take Vermont.
Interesting.
Ooh, okay.
I don't know. I just feel something about them.
Okay. Fair point.
Alabama versus I think Rutgers that me and Tay just had, and then Notre Dame David had. So
Yeah.
who do y'all have?
I'm taking the upset here. I'm taking Rutgers.
I'm taking the upset too.
Alabama is fraudulent,
Fuck
bro.
that.
Alabama is fraudulent. Okay.
I'm not an Alabama
They
fan.
are so trash. Like, I've never seen a team collapse down the stretch like I saw with Alabama against Vanderbilt. I have never seen a team do that before. Like, you're up 14, all the momentum is on your side, and then you just start shitting the bucket. Like,
Yeah, I'm not.
This has
I'm not an
happened.
Alabama
This has
fan.
happened with Alabama multiple times this season against bad teams. They've had some good wins. Don't get me wrong. They beat Baylor early on in the year. Don't get me wrong, but they have some bad losses, and even some
They blew a big lead to Auburn too.
Auburn, yeah, like, I mean, I can't blame them on Auburn, but like, just some bad losses, like. And I really can't take them seriously, so yeah, I'm gonna take Rutgers here actually.
Rutgers was one of my sleepers, so I'm taking them anyway. I'm not an Alabama fan. I think J.D. Davison is very turnover prone. A lot of people like him because of his athleticism, but he is very, very careless with the ball. And I don't know if that's the best recipe in the March Madness tournament against a team that has nothing to lose. And Rutgers' records against the top seeds, I already explained how great it was. So I'm taking Rutgers. You picked Alabama?
Yeah. I already said that earlier. I said that you guys were kind of like loud, though, so that you guys didn't hear me. No, I just picked Alabama because I picked Notre Dame over Rutgers because like I just felt like they were gonna beat them, even though like you guys said Notre Dame is kind of they're kind of ass.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just don't like the Rutgers team, even though you guys said that they play good against like better teams, better seeded teams. I just don't like them. I don't know why. So I thought that Notre Dame's gonna beat them, and then Notre Dame's still shit, regardless of how bad Alabama's been down the stretch. I think they're gonna beat them.
Next we got Texas Tech versus Montana State. I got Texas Tech. This
Yeah,
could be a team to make a. This team could make a run.
No, I got
I got
Texas Tech
Texas
too.
Tech too. Yeah.
Yeah, this team could make a run. Michigan State versus Davidson. I'm taking the upset.
I'm also taking the upset here.
Michigan State is ass, bro.
Yeah, I don't think
I'm not a
Michigan State is that good.
I'm also taking the upset, bro. What even is this? How do we all get the same upsets?
Yeah,
Michigan State is.
I don't know. We just got good knowledge, bro.
Michigan State is not good.
Yeah, I don't think Michigan State's that good. They just have that one good win against Purdue, but like they really haven't had any other big wins outside of that.
I also picked the first round upset for Michigan State last season as well. Last year's March
Yeah,
Madness.
I remember, David, you had some good picks last Martin.
You
had UCLA.
My upsets are spot on.
UCLA going far, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So I'm still taking Davidson though here. I don't trust Michigan State.
Even though Davidson lost today, they may be pretty mad against Richmond.
Yeah.
I'm still taking Davidson, and then Duke versus CS Fullerton. I'm taking Duke.
Yeah, I will also take Duke.
Yep. Yeah, that's an easy one.
All right, now we can go back up. Gonzaga versus Memphis in the second round. I'm taking the upset.
Who, you're taking Memphis over Gonzaga?
I'm not a believer in Gonzaga. I'm taking Memphis.
Oh, I'm sorry, Suas. I can't do it, bro. I cannot do it. Gonzaga, they're just prime for another final.
I get it.
Four.
I like Andrew Nemhard. I like Chet. Obviously,
who is stopping Chet?
I'm telling you, man. Arizona had this same hype when DeAndre Ayton was playing for them.
Okay, you know what? I will say though, that year when with Arizona, my cousin who goes to Buffalo, he was going crazy when they beat Arizona. I remember that.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Gonzaga, they're just prime for a run. Like, there's just no way.
I'm also taking the upset here.
What?
Jalen Durant is gonna strap up Chet Holmgren, bro.
Yeah,
I'm telling you right now, he's gonna strap him
no
up.
way, bruh. Ain't no way.
He will strap him up.
Alright, let's move on.
Yukon versus Arkansas. I'm taking Yukon. I'm taking Yukon here.
Yeah, I was.
I guess is that the upset?
Yeah, that's the upset. I'm gonna actually take Yukon as well. I think they're much better than their record says. So I'll be taking them.
I mean, I'm also taking Yukon. I don't feel that Arkansas is gonna beat them. I just don't feel.
You had Vermont, didn't you?
No, I picked Arkansas. Did I pick Vermont?
Yeah, because you said I had a feeling.
Yeah. You pick Vermont. Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay, never mind. Take that back. I did not mean to pick Vermont.
Okay.
I did not mean to pick Vermont. I meant to pick Arkansas.
Okay.
All right. Next, Rutgers / Alabama versus Texas Tech.
This is where I think Rutgers' run ends. I'm gonna take Texas.
Yeah, I got Texas Tech.
I got Texas Tech as well.
Then Davidson Duke. Sadly for Davidson, I got Duke moving on.
Yeah.
Same.
I also have Duke moving on. Yeah.
All right. Not Gonzaga. Memphis versus Yukon. I got Memphis. Memphis is moving on.
I got Memphis as well.
Memphis is moving on.
No, Gonzaga is moving. I'm sorry. You guys are just.
It's gotta be Memphis, bro.
No.
I'm telling you.
Gonzaga's moving.
And then Texas Tech and Duke. I'm taking Texas Tech. I'm taking the upset.
Taking Duke. I just like Duke this year.
I'm not a Duke guy.
Unfortunately,
Never been a Duke fan.
I've never been a Duke guy either, but this year I don't know. I just like them.
Yeah. I hate Duke, so I'm gonna take Texas Tech. I think Texas Tech, their defense is better than most people think. So I'm gonna take Texas Tech. I think they can contain Paulo, and if they do that, they can beat Duke. Duke is a little fraudulent at times, I would say. So that's why I'm taking Texas Tech.
All right, Gonzaga / Memphis versus Texas Tech / Duke.
I'm gonna take Gonzaga over Texas Tech.
Memphis is making the Final Four.
Yep, Memphis is making it. Memphis is making it.
Memphis is making the Final Four.
Yep. I got Memphis in the Final Four.
Memphis all the way.
Jeez.
All right, South Region. We got Arizona against Bryant / Wright. I got Zona.
Yeah.
By Arizona.
I got
Arizona, yeah.
Arizona as well.
Seton Hall versus TCU 8-9 matchup. I'm taking TCU. One of my
Yep.
sleepers.
I'll also take the upset. I'm taking
taking
TCU as
TCU.
well.
Houston versus UAB. I'm taking Houston.
Yeah, I'm also taking Houston.
I'm taking Houston.
I'm taking Illinois over Chattanooga. Y'all can probably pick the upset, but I'm going with Illinois.
I'm going with Illinois over Chattanooga as well.
I'm also going with Illinois, bro. Oh no.
Colorado State versus Michigan. I'm taking Colorado State.
Yep. Same with me. I'm taking Colorado State.
I don't like either of the Michigan teams.
Yeah, same. Tennessee versus Longwood. I'm taking Tennessee.
Yeah, I'll also take Tennessee here.
Yep.
Loyola Chicago versus Ohio State.
I'm taking.
We know Loyola.
I got the upset here.
I'm taking Loyola.
I got the upset too. Loyola Chicago has always been.
Bro, what is this? I always like Loyola.
Yeah, no,
always.
Ohio State is not that good in my opinion. I don't know.
Ohio State sucks. Yeah,
I don't know what
they have
got them the 7 seed though.
EJ Liddell.
Yeah, but I think Loyola Chicago's. This is a good stop for them. They should win this game.
Yeah, and then Villanova versus Delaware. I'm going with Nova.
Yeah, I'll take Nova.
Yeah, I'm going with Nova.
All right, then now we got Arizona versus TCU. Unfortunately for TCU, even though it would have been so good if they weren't in the same bracket as Arizona, because I have Arizona, who's I'm gonna spoil it, my champions, and then TCU, who's my like biggest sleepers against each other. So I have Arizona.
I also have Arizona.
I have Arizona.
And then Houston versus Illinois. I gotta ride with my boys, so give me Illinois.
I got Houston.
This is a sketchy one, bro. I'm gonna take Illinois. I think Kofi comes out. I think he plays really well. So yeah, I'm gonna take Illinois.
Houston doesn't really have like size.
They
to stop him.
Yeah, Kofi's gonna have a big game. I feel so.
Dr. Trae Young just dropped 47.
Ooh.
Oh my god, close to 50, bro.
Tennessee versus Colorado State. Give me Tennessee.
Yeah.
Give me Tennessee as well. By the way, Lakers are down 21. It's still the first quarter. They're still the first quarter down 21.
And then Loyola Chicago versus Villanova.
Give me Loyola.
Yeah, I knew you guys were. Are you taking Loyola too?
Over Villanova?
I'm taking Villanova.
Yes, sir.
I'm taking
Loyola.
I'm taking Villanova too. Yeah. And then
other than Kyle Lowry, fuck Villanova.
Okay, and then Arizona versus Illinois. Sadly, I gotta take Arizona, even though I love my boys. Arizona beat us in Champagne, so they probably know how to play us better.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Arizona as well.
I also got Arizona.
And then Tennessee versus Nova. I'm taking Tennessee.
I
got Tennessee versus Loyola. I'm taking Loyola.
Bro. It's not gonna be like, what was it, 2019? There's no way.
They're gonna do it again. They're doing it again.
Just stop it, bro. Anyways,
it's happening.
I'm taking Tennessee over Villanova. I think Tennessee's just a little bit better.
I'm taking Tennessee. I like Tennessee a lot. And then Arizona versus Tennessee. I got Arizona.
I got Arizona as well.
I'm gonna also take Arizona. Yeah. Come on.
Me and Suas got the same 2 out of our final 4 so far.
All right, Midwest region.
We're not going to East first.
We can do either one's fine.
We can do East.
Doesn't matter. I just thought we were gonna go East first.
We can do East. Baylor versus Norfolk State. I'm gonna take Baylor.
Baylor.
UNC versus Marquette.
Give me Marquette.
Damn, bro. Nah, I'm taking Chapel Hill. There's no way UNC loses in the first round, bro. Ain't no way. Okay. Armando Bacon is gonna have his way. Caleb Love and RJ Davis will get going. And just don't let Brady Manick get open or he'll torch you from deep. So I'll take Chapel Hill.
Caleb Love is very inconsistent.
But he can be consistent at times too.
I guess. St. Mary's versus Indiana. I'm taking
Going
Indiana.
for the upset.
I'm taking Indiana.
Yep,
Yeah.
same here.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Indiana here. I think St. Mary's a little fraudulent.
Yes. How are St. Mary's the 5 seed?
I have no idea, bro. It's because they beat Gonzaga.
The 5, it
It's
looks
because they have that big
God
win
damn.
against Gonzaga.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
And then UCLA versus Akron. I'm taking UCLA.
Yep,
I'll take UCLA.
UCLA. My boy Johnny Juzang.
All right. Texas versus Virginia Tech. I got Virginia Tech in this
I
one.
got
Yeah,
upset.
I got
Yep,
upset
same.
too. Virginia Tech. Virginia
We all the
Tech is
same
one of my
upsets, bro.
sleepers, along with UCLA. So I got Virginia
Yeah,
Tech
Virginia.
coming out of this one.
I only picked 2 sleepers, but if I did have 3, Virginia Tech would be my third.
Yeah. And then Purdue versus Yale. I'm taking Purdue.
Yeah, I'll take Purdue
Purdue.
as well.
Murray State versus I think San Francisco.
Yeah, I'm gonna take
taking-
Murray
Yeah, it
State.
is.
I'm taking Murray State as
Yeah,
well.
I'm taking Murray State.
And then Kentucky versus St. Peter's.
Yeah,
I'm taking
we'll
Kentucky.
take Kentucky.
Kentucky.
All right, for me, I got Baylor versus Marquette. I'm taking Baylor.
Same.
Baylor versus North Carolina. Unfortunately, Baylor's gonna win.
And then Indiana versus UCLA. I'm gonna take UCLA.
Yeah, I'll also
Yep,
take UCLA.
same here.
Purdue versus Virginia Tech. I'm taking Purdue.
I'm taking
I'm gonna
Purdue.
go with an upset. I'm taking Virginia Tech.
Ooh.
Okay. All right, Kentucky versus Murray State. I'm taking Kentucky.
I'm taking Kentucky as well.
I'm taking Kentucky.
All right, so I think Baylor versus UCLA.
Yep,
I'm taking Baylor.
I'm taking Baylor.
I'm taking Baylor as well.
Johnny
Johnny
Juzang
Juzang.
ends
This is
there.
where Johnny Juzang stops, unfortunately.
Didn't you take Indiana over UCLA?
No, I took.
Who, me?
Oh no, yeah, you took
Yeah.
UCLA. You took UCLA.
And then Purdue versus Kentucky. I'm taking Purdue. I'm taking the upset.
I'm taking Purdue, and then Tate
I
just
had Virginia Tech against
Yeah.
Kentucky.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take
Tech.
Kentucky here.
All right, Baylor versus Purdue. I'm taking Purdue. Big Ten team.
I'm also taking Purdue, bro. So far, me and Suez are the same 3
I'm
or 4.
taking-
Big Ten teams.
I'm taking Baylor over Kentucky. I think Baylor has it all to win. I think Baylor can win it all, bro. They can win it all.
And then in the Midwest,
Midwest.
Kansas versus Texas Southern. I got Kansas.
Yeah, I got
Kansas.
Kansas too.
San Diego State versus Creighton. I'm gonna
I got Creighton.
go with Creighton as well.
I got Creighton as well. Yeah.
Me and Suez's picks are like so similar.
Iowa versus Richmond. I got Iowa.
I got Iowa, but they're one of my sleepers to win the entire
Oh.
tournament.
Richmond?
I don't know.
Oh,
I just,
Iowa?
No, Iowa.
Okay.
They're not sleepers in general because everybody knows that they're a good team. But I think that they could possibly win the entire tournament. Keegan Murray is insane.
Yeah, I got Iowa as well.
Providence versus I think South Dakota State.
Yeah,
Providence.
Providence, yeah. LSU versus Iowa State. Give me LSU. Our Easton's about
Yeah, I got
LSU.
LSU as well.
Wisconsin versus Colgate. I'm gonna go with Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
USC versus Miami. Hudson was here. He'd pick Miami.
USC.
Yeah, give me USC. I'm sorry, Hudson.
USC. And then Auburn versus Jacksonville State.
Auburn,
Auburn.
yeah.
Auburn, no doubt.
All right, we go back up. Kansas versus Creighton. I
Creighton.
got Kansas.
Kansas, yeah, I got Kansas.
Kansas.
And Iowa versus South Dakota State. I got Iowa.
I thought you picked
got Iowa.
Providence.
I mean Providence.
Yeah, you picked
Providence.
Providence.
Sorry, Providence. I just read South Dakota
I got
State.
Iowa.
You got
winning that.
Iowa? I got Providence winning.
Mhm. Ooh.
LSU.
Providence has been
Providence,
good.
dude, they're a very good team. They just get no national attention.
They
They
have
get
been
no
very good.
national attention because they don't have any 5-star recruits or any like big time NBA draft players. Okay, but they're a very solid team. Very solid.
They're a
team.
pretty good team.
LSU versus Wisconsin. I'm taking the upset.
Ooh,
I'm not. I'm taking LSU.
Wisconsin are frauds to me.
I'm taking Wisconsin over LSU.
Not a Johnny Davis
Hmm.
fan. USC versus Auburn. I'm taking Auburn.
I will also take Auburn as
Yep.
well. Yeah.
I got Kansas and Iowa. I'm taking Kansas.
I'm going to upset. I'm taking Iowa.
I got Kansas and Providence. I'm taking Providence. I got the upset here. I just think Providence is a well-oiled machine. They just kind of fell apart the other day against Creighton. But that happens once in a blue moon, I think, with Providence. They have a closer. They have multiple three-point shooters. And they have a big that can just dominate. Nate Watson is a stud in the middle. So, quite frankly, I just think they beat Kansas. So, I'm going to take Providence.
You versus Auburn. I'm going to go Auburn.
I got
Auburn as
beating,
well.
Wisconsin.
Kansas versus Auburn. To me, I have Auburn.
I have Iowa and Auburn. I'm getting Iowa into the Final Four.
I got Providence and Auburn, and I'm going to take Auburn here.
All right, so Final Four. Final Four. We got Memphis. I have Memphis. I have Arizona. I have Purdue, and I have Auburn.
I got Memphis, Arizona, Purdue, and
I
Iowa.
think I have all the chalk plays. I have Gonzaga, Arizona, Baylor, and Auburn.
All right, so let's start off with the Western side. Let's start off with so Memphis for me, and then I think Gonzaga. Memphis for me and David. So Memphis / Gonzaga versus Purdue / Baylor. This is so tough.
I think Memphis' run ends here.
I got Purdue.
I like them, but
Purdue.
I got Purdue as well.
For
Purdue make it to the
me,
finals.
I think it's Gonzaga versus Baylor. I'm going to take Gonzaga. Baylor's good, but Gonzaga is they're just too good, bro. Like, Chet is going to have a field day.
And Arizona versus Auburn. I'm taking Arizona.
Arizona versus Iowa. I got Iowa making it to the finals.
Arizona
I was
versus
going all the way.
Auburn. I'm going to take Auburn. I know Auburn's been super inconsistent this year, but I would rather put my faith in Jabari Smith than any other player in this draft. Any other player in this tournament except for Chet, putting it in Jabari Smith.
We all got different division finals. I have East and Midwest. Suas has East and South. Tejas has West and Midwest.
Yeah, I got I have Arizona. I just think that Jabari Smith's my favorite player, but I think Christian Koloko has done a very good job in the middle against some of these big time centers, and I just think that Arizona's team is more well balanced, and it's always the well balanced teams. It's never the teams with the big time prospect, the number one pick that win the tournament. It's always like the Villanovas, the Virginias when they had like DeAndre Hunter and them. I think they won it after DeAndre Hunter left. But yeah, it's always a well balanced team. So I have Arizona winning it.
I got Iowa winning it. Oh, I'm telling you, bro. There's just something about Keegan Murray for me. Like, he's just my favorite player, and I just bro. I don't know. There's just something about them for me.
I know this
Iowa
is
winning the
shock,
entire
but
tournament.
Gonzaga is just gonna win, in my opinion. Chet is so good, bro. Like, I just can't.
He's got nothing over Chet, bro.
Dude, he's so good, bro. Like, he's going to dominate the NBA in a few years. That's how good he is, in my opinion. He'll be on a Kevin Durant type of pace, in my opinion.
You don't think he's too slim?
Well, look at KD, bro.
He's a bit slim, bro. He's under 200 and he's 7 foot.
Well, look at KD. Well, KD's 240.
He doesn't play.
KD's over 200 at least.
He doesn't play like KD though. KD's like a shot creator.
He's very good though.
I mean,
it's
is very good.
Not that hard to put on weight at all. That's what NBA and the NBA strength and conditioning coaches are for.
Bro, Lakers are down 27.
LMAO.
There's a lot of people. I've seen a lot of people who think that he'll be like a Bobo.
Interesting.
I feel like he'll be a Bobo that gets a chance. If Bobo got a chance, he'd be good. So I feel like he's gonna get a chance and he's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I think that's gonna be it. Make sure y'all drop a like, subscribe, and comment down below. We'll see y'all later as always.